Okay, so we are in episode 18 of the 248k Ruben World run. I'm about to finish some tech in more or less the same place that 17 finished. Now just got to figure out how to make red chips and put them on train stations. And last time we got together some beacony stuff, didn't we? Or at least last time I kind of looked at how the beacons worked and figured that that was going to be a thing that I'm going to do somewhere. Maybe I can have bots doing that at the same time. And but yeah, got to get the gas in here. Got to bring all the other things in and try and figure out how to build red chips here. So let's interrupt the music to find some new techs because this is still not running at speed. So I'd rather have, like, I don't have the blue science getting built at any decent rate. So these, even though I don't have the military science being built at a decent rate either, but these things that take a long while, like I'd rather lean into things that have larger research timers while I'm not blocked on lab speed. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. All of these useful things are 30 seconds. Oh, LDS and rocket fuel are not, and they'll be important at some point anyway, so let's... Yeah, this is going to be a bunch of stuff that we'll need at some point later anyway, so we'll get on with doing that. Why is this train not here? Is this... Oh yeah, so these, yeah, so those need to disappear, and then those rails actually need to work, and then this train needs to actually have the right stations. Yeah, cannot currently connect to any of them. So that should now at some point turn up at a station that needs gas. Yeah, so we're gonna bring gas in here. We've got the coal here. I think we're making, yeah, general design constraints for this red chips thing. I kind of want to leave this tile and these two tiles. I mean, I say tiles, it's kind of rail grid squares. Leave them alone as much as possible because they got all the trees in them, and trees are going to be nice to, you know, not destroy because pollution absorption. I think I want... Yeah, had a couple of ways of playing around with the geometry of this thing. Had some interesting fluid throughput issues that were not great, but I think we're going to bring ceramics in here. Then where's ceramics? Yeah, we're going to do that. And this is also going to be one train limit, and we're going to do all the circuit condition thing there as well. Actually, let's unpack that first, or at least, where's another... That's a packing station. I could have had blueprints for these. I do not. Packing station, unpacking station. Am I going to need... I'm going to eventually need exactly 2 belts, aren't I? So this is actually the correct setup. Yeah, and it's going to need to go here. But I don't think that we're bringing these things out. Yeah, this all unloads nice and fast, and these things really don't find equilibrium particularly quickly, do they? Anyway, never mind. How are we getting coal in here? Let's do a thing where... I'm also wondering if I keep one of these stations free to also put coal in later. Can we just... And this is going to be a lot... This is going to be so much more coal than I need. I'm only going to need 1 belt of coal, so we're going to take... Is that true? If I'm also fueling trains, I will probably need more than 1 belt. That's something we can worry about later. Me running out of belt is not entirely surprising. Yeah, maybe I should have the things I want on a hotbar rather than the turrets I don't really need at this point, because we're going to kind of presume that's stable. Yeah, so this also means that we can do something like, hey, I fueled a train. Yeah, let's figure out how to get some plastic in here as well, because I think the thing we're going to do is we're going to have 2 belts of plastic from 1 belt of coal. That's how that works. 2 belts of ceramics, and then I think we're going to attempt to... Yeah, combine them. You guys aren't going to be doing that at all, are you? You're going to be doing basically this, but up the other way. Not that one. This key. Like so. because if we do... Yeah, the plan is to kind of split all these things in together and then have 4 belts of stuff running down here. This gas train has fuel from the petrochem side, doesn't it? It does not. I mean, it should, because there's fuel right here, but it does not. 66 solid fuel, you guys are probably fine. Yeah, that's all. It's just moving buffers around at this point. That's fully running. It's fine. Okay, let's work on getting some plastic made. How much? I probably don't need that much space. I'm going to need to delete some of these trees though, aren't I? It's going to be a bit of a shame. Anyway, plastic pretty straightforward. I think we're going to do this mostly a normal looking way. Have 2 of those, have some of those, have some recipes. Then I think we're going to do this thing. We're not going to bother buffering plastic in boxes or anything like that. But if we do this kind of setup, if I eventually want 2 belts of plastic out, I mean, I can probably build for 1.5 belts of plastic now and worry about beaconing things later. Where can this go? This can go like here. If I'm beaconing for 1.5 lanes, then that would put things like so. Because, oh yeah, things I don't have. Yeah, something like that. Things that probably don't need to be great. And then this coal is going to have to get... Yeah, because the thing that struck me about these weird beacons we've got is that this here, if I underground this thing, that's enough space for a beacon, which is wild. And then this thing here probably wants to go... Yeah, it wants to go this way. To go under here. But then if this one goes under here, like so, splitter can go here. This isn't enough for 2 belts of plastic, but we can throw some beacons in. But we've also got beacon space in between the middle of these builds, which is like not a thing that usually happens when we're running another build underground. So that's fine, I guess. Then we've got to make this splitter and this splitter combine their various stuffs in a way that's kind of... We're gonna need more space than that, aren't we? If I do this, that's gonna be horrible. Let's not do that. I am going to need a bit more space for this. Oh yeah, still don't have those things, whatever. I guess this one goes all the way back. Feels kind of bad though. This is spaghetti, isn't it? This is fine. Here, this one can go this way because why not? Not there though. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? This will be... So, these guys are getting 2 belts out. This will be fully mixed across all the... I mean, it's not quite lane balanced across these boxes, but I don't think I mind. And I did want to... Yeah, I didn't want to set the train schedule yet, because I wanted this to all get built, so these boxes wouldn't get sort of unevenly built when the train arrives, because we still want all of... In fact, let's... Yeah, we can just not connect these, can't we? So then, other things we need are... I mean, we need to get the coal in here as well. This is kind of the bit that's actually a little bit annoying, is figuring out how everything connects together. Like, that strikes me as ugly, but also it is going to do what it needs to, and then I won't look at it again, is how I think that will work. These guys can connect up here. Do I want to give these guys some beacons already? No, I'm not going to be using that much, am I? How am I getting this coal in here? Because the coal is currently over here. something like that. Yeah, get these trees out of the way. I don't need all that many trees. I would like generally more trees than not because, you know, pollution absorption, but also it's not a huge deal. One of these guys is going to go there. Okay, so I think that's going to do most of the things it needs to once bots bring all these things in. Other than the fact that this missed, that's not great. It's fine. It can go there. We've spotted that and not actually lost any plastic. So yeah, I think when we beacon this stuff, we'll be able to get 2 fill belts of plastic out, which is nice. That's the plan. Yeah, let's again not actually if I'm not connecting those yet, then I should be able to. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, then we should be able to call this train in. So let's put things on belts and make sure they're going where they should. The ceramics train is here, this one. So you're going from having ceramics to wanting ceramics, empty and full. Yeah, just keep going doing that. Do that around in a loop. This station is circuit controlled, but this one we've just added isn't, but it's probably fine. I might get around to adding that later. You guys have got all of that. You guys have got coal. Okay, so it should be a train arriving at some point, and then the question is, where does everything else go? Looking at the minimap, don't think I'm going to get hit by a train yet. So we've got more coal than we need. It's probably fine. Train probably not coming through there. Yeah, and then I was trying to figure out what we do about this other junk train, and like at one point I was thinking about, can I do like direct offloading straight into an arc furnace, which is not great, but then discovered I was having fluid throughput issues in kind of weird ways, and that this was actually going to be like a little bit more of a headache to get. Yeah, because these things, I was also trying to figure out where that water train is going to go. Yeah, these things do 1,000 molten copper per second, and so I think things like this are going to be the play, but maybe even without these ones actually. And if I can separate these things a bit more so that there's like this guy straight into pipes into these two, because trying to combine several thousand per second molten metal and not getting pipe through the bottlenecks is a little bit of a shame. Not a thing that's great. Do I have? No, I don't. I have this. Yeah, you need to go there so that we can have a train that goes to... Yeah, what is this called? I require some small amount of water here so that I can... I don't have fluid wagons. Why don't I have fluid wagons? Where are my fluid wagons? Is my fluid wagon... Oh, my fluid wagons... I used all of these guys. I used all of the fluid wagons I had to make the gas train. Is that what happened? Okay. In that case, we still definitely need to go back and pick up... Oh, and also this dirty water train as well. Maybe that's why I don't have any fluid wagons on me at the moment. Okay, fine. Yeah, so the other thing I was thinking of is... wonder if I can multitask some of this. I will need... If we're looking at the beacons as well, he said, not getting distracted by avoiding doing red chips or anything, then iron and copper are 2 stations that I want to be doing beacony stuff with, because we've got to make green and red logistic wires to make into the stuff with the crystals to make the beacons work. But they, because rail grids, can happen anywhere. And so I reckon over here is somewhere that I can figure out where this previously lined up. So it wasn't there. It may as well go here. Straight line rail is in the way. What's... I'm not seeing anything getting blocked there. But yeah, let's put it over here. Let's get rid of that stuff because I don't need those. And then bots will build all of this. Getting these things fueled is something I'm not entirely sure about, so we won't worry about that yet either. Let's give these guys some better poles. But yeah, then all these, yeah, these guys will need to be chain signals if we've got actual intersection there. And then, oh, that's what these guys were in the way. These guys were in the way of these rail signals, which will need to be signals. Yeah, so we can have some stations there. We'll put some iron here. We'll put some copper here. These chests will fill up at some point later. We can go back and build the rest of that stuff. So I can't actually call the water train in yet, which was the other thing. But yeah, I was trying to figure out if I could pump all of the copper somewhere as molten and cast it somewhere else, and I don't think that works just because of the amount of fluid we're talking about. Like thousands per second. Is this doing what it should? Yeah, I mean, this is doing exactly what it should. I don't even care that these things are on different sides of the belts, because this is all still, like, this is balanced. These guys are lane balancing that plastic in that kind of way that they are. Yeah, this is all fine. Okay, so let's have another train station, I guess, here. That's not where I wanted to be using this tile for it. There. And this one is the one that's going to request... I don't think I want to call it junk ore, because it's not junk. It's kind of useful. It's kind of the entire reason why we're still using this mixed aluminium copper iron recipe. So yeah, we're going to do this whole thing again. Circumambulating this will be a thing to do later as well. Do I want... Yeah, let's not even worry about sorting it yet. Let's just do this much of this thing. And it's going to go here. Yeah, and then all of these guys are circuit conditioned, but we haven't done that yet as well. And then somewhere over here is another train, which is currently... Yeah, these ceramics are just kind of stopped because these bonus ores are... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a junk, but we are going to call it have bonus ore because it's extra free stuff that we quite like. Yeah. Trade 1, yeah, and then have bonus ore to please bonus ore, full and empty, and this train is going to be a mess. This train is going to continue to be a mess because we're not actually, like, statistically, these things should be 50-50 of each, but they won't end up that way. They will necessarily be 50-50 because they're coming out of these things in a 50-50 split. But the way they arrive and present might not be. But I think that's going to be a thing that we're going to deal with that over here rather than anywhere else. Do I still want... How do I want to do this part? Because I guess the thing is, like, I should also actually check that these things are offloading to the correct sides of belts, because that's a thing that can happen when you mirror these things. But also, what happened here? Oh, this station is in the wrong place. Because, yeah, we've got to go and fix that pretty quickly. Yeah, bots, this one is in the right place because it's aligned with the grid. Yeah, that one's fine. This one over here, the station is in the wrong place because the outside bits of the grid are larger than the inside bits of the grid to be able to deal with having this curve that lets things go both ways. So this is already kind of inconveniently not entirely balanced. I've got a feeling this isn't going to be able to go here. But yeah, here is where that wants to go. So yeah, this is not going to be there. Sure. And then the next question is, are these things also already imbalanced? Because some wagons were extracting into the wrong place, and I suspect they were, but we can fix that kind of. Yeah, set the station up again. That's always nice, isn't it? Having to set things up multiple times. When you're full, I think we then just park this train here. because all of these things are pulling from each of these separate boxes, and then we'll just set this train on manual mode. We'll leave it here. That train can do whatever unhappy things it needs to. Yeah, so we've got... So I need red circuits somewhere. I want to leave this tile as it is. I need to bring the water in. We also need these guys on... Why cannot Q? There we go. Q. Yeah, this stuff needs to arrive. And I need somewhere both... Yes, kind of in the way as well, isn't it? I need both copper and iron smelting. Can I do... I think I do the copper smelting here. Because this is hopefully going to be the easiest way to prioritize this copper with... First, yeah, prioritize the junk copper over this copper. Okay, so how much of that do I need? I need about 2 belts worth, don't I? Which is, in fact, that much. And there's a power pole on the bottom that I don't really need to deal with. Are these guys... You know, all of these guys need to... Yeah, I need to flip the middle thing. Cool, sure. Like here, maybe? There? Because the thing I'm looking at this point is we need to get this stuff through here, and then also similarly down here. And is this... there's kind of space, isn't there? There's going to be the joys of grid pasta. But I've also got another 2 belts to bring in from over here, which is also kind of fine. And this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be easier not doing it in the map view because of how the... These guys are taking a while, yeah, sure, whatever. Because of how the night vision goggles work, oh well. And then I did also want this thing going instead this way. Where are the... There's going to be fine, isn't it? Yeah, each of these guys have got 2 inserters. Yeah, that's going to do what it needs to. Okay, so now we can have copper, and then more copper. Okay, and then I still need to get that water. We need to get that fluid wagon train. But yeah, then... These guys at the moment, yeah, these train wagons are going to have an uneven mix of stuff, which is fine. I think we do actually just grab... Actually, it's not... Yeah, we'll just grab this thing again. And then... Yeah. This thing can go... Pure iron on the right. Can I kind of want to smelt the iron over here. Which I guess is just going to be... It's not going to be that copy and paste, it's going to be a separate copy and paste. Can I... It does look like I've got enough space there, doesn't it? Like, this one could go here. Yeah, so I've got enough space to be able to move all of that over a little bit, so I might. There's a bit of me that says I should also have... Yeah, let's still have this here. Let's put it there, because then all of this stuff can just come right down behind the furnace, which is, you know, normal and sensible and sure. This thing can be here, and I can attempt to have a little bit of a buffer here, kind of, maybe. Yeah, there's not quite enough space, is it? This is getting worse in a way that I suspected was always going to happen. I mean, this looks like exactly the sort of thing I'd do. So we've got... Yeah, sure. We'll just do these with fast inserters. Okay, and then this thing... yeah. I probably have some stack inserters here. I don't think I don't even need 2 stack inserters there, do I? 1 stack inserter will be sufficient for those purposes. We're still going to give it 2. It'll be fine. You guys need to connect up somewhere. Okay, so we've got to do something with this iron, but now we've got... Like, we don't even need to worry about getting water in here because this is just a casting step. And then, yeah, the furnace step, the casting step, that's all fine. So we've got 2 belts of copper here, 2 belts of copper here, 2 belts of copper here. I did actually want another 2 belts of copper, didn't I? Because I think I wanted to go up to... Actually, this is... Yeah, if I've got 2 belts of copper as red chips, then I need 4 belts of copper for the green chips for those red chips, and then some related but not specifically, yeah, about like slightly over 2 belts for iron. So where is... I have an iron smelter that I can copy and paste somewhere, right? Yeah, like this thing, sure. Yeah, that much of this guy looks like what we want. Because yeah, if I do the iron smelting here, then can I do the coil setup here and the red chips here, or maybe the other way around? I mean, let's just keep going with things. It'll be fine. Nothing bad ever happens when you're just hacking random junk in, does it? Iron smelting happens something like that. And then I think we're going to do the same thing of, yeah, so this is going to unload, kind of. It'll unload all the stuff at a rate of about 2 belts of things, but we're limited to 1 belt of iron and 1 belt of copper, but that's probably also fine. Let's also do... Is there enough space in... Is there? That looks like a terrible idea. We're absolutely doing that. Like that. And this also should have unblocked my ceramic processes at the same time, because, yeah, now we have moved forwards the buffer where all the stuff is you know, buffering. And that's, yeah, that's all fine. We've got to get this in... Yeah, whatever. Let's actually just move that back, rather than going underneath the radar as well. Sure. So this is going to give me... This is only really going to be able to unload the buffer at a rate of half a lane. But I think that's probably still fine. I think mostly we've also got... Yeah, we've just got to get all the stuff out and make things work. Okay. While bots are thinking about that, and while I'm also thinking about that, I think, yeah, where's... So if I'm... It does sound like I'm trying to put the red chips in this square, or maybe one of these two, and then green chips or something over here. But I also don't have a rail grid green chips plan for this yet, do I? So let's try and figure out how that's going to fit together, because we want some modules. I reckon you get a module and then one of these, and that's you know, not balanceable, whatever. We can stack inserter this guy. And then, because I also want to leave space for beacons in between here, but then how am I getting the iron in there? Yeah, that was the thing I was thinking about, wasn't it? Yeah, so we do that, but then we offset this one slightly, and we do iron in here, like so, because the way these insane beacons work is that this also now, yeah, if I have one of these, we'll do something like this, and this will now get me, in fact, this one probably needs to be like that. Yeah, this, I don't think this is an inserter bottleneck, but if it is, we can do that differently as well. But this thing here, if I get some more belts that I don't have, cool. This thing here looks like it might be a nice little tiling green ships build. And it looks like I could beacon this harder if I want to. I don't think I want to yet. I think we're going to give it a couple of beacons. So I think this is the pattern we want. But then the question is, how many of these things do we want? Yeah, because I think I decided that I wanted to ratio all of this as if my assemblers had, in total, a 1.5 crafting speed for input gathering purposes, because this means that I can beacon up to it later and plan the belts around having that much kind of capacity, which is why we've got all of these things arriving here instead of just what we need at the moment, because this is going to be more than we use at the moment. It's fine. So the question is, how many of these assemblers do I need if they were 1.5 assembly speed to fully fill this belt? And it's okay, so it's 10, it's 5, yeah, 5 assemblers to fill half a belt. I reckon we just do 3. I reckon that's going to be, but then how do I get, because the other nice thing about this is we can just go like flip this guy here, and then the next green chips build can also just go in largely the same place, except, oh yeah, those ones I just took out, except these things can bounce over to the side again and then go underneath. So how is this, if this is a belt of iron each, that will give me the 2 belts of copper I need, or the 2 belts of green chips I need out, which is fine. And then I've actually got enough space in this cell here to be doing coil stuff as well. So maybe these belts just run all the way down here and we do the red chips here. I wonder how much extra plumbing there is to do for all of that stuff. You guys also don't have power, because I have not connected power or something. Sure, I mean, these guys also aren't smelting because they don't have water. We got to go and get fluid wagons for that. Bots are just, yeah, 300 bots are doing something. Not sure exactly what they're spending their time doing. So where does this... I think that we do just want to slide this over as much as we can, don't we? This is going to be a belt of stuff. Yeah, this doesn't need to split like it's all. It's the pure stuff, which is much more dense on belts. Okay, give the bots more jobs. That can go... Actually, we can even bring this down a bit further, can't we? Actually, maybe not. Maybe we do this. Yeah, that's a lot more stack inserters than the other, because it's, again, the pure stuff. It's not the stuff on belts. Because now it looks like in here I could actually do... Maybe I do the... Let's see if we can fit the red chips in here. And then I guess that would mean that there would be another red chip station like here or something like that, which is potentially viable. Okay, so let's start by finding a packing station. I don't need the double-sided one like that. I need one of the ones like neither of those. This guy is a candidate station that I would like. And I think I'm trying to talk myself into seeing if it can fit over here. Like that. And bots might take a while getting this stuff together, but it's fine. Then, yeah, train down there. That lines up. That's nice. I think I'm enjoying having the trains on the vertical sections, especially as the horizontal sections of the rail are going to be largely trains moving backwards and forwards through the ribbon. Why are you guys not... Oh, because you're also just... Yeah, whatever. Have some power connections from that side as well. You guys are lacking your efficiency modules. You guys... Yeah, that's all pretty normal. Okay. Yeah, so if I've got... Where is my red chips build? Yes, over here. And I was wondering whether or not I wanted to... Yeah, because I think a thing I even talked about in the previous episode was if I'm doing these beacons side by side like this, then they still only hit 3 each. But I can fit all 4 in here. Whereas if I did them like this, let's do this in a better place so we can actually see what we're talking about. Yeah, this. If I did them like this, then this beacon hits 4 things. This beacon also hits 4 things. This beacon also hits 4 things on the bottom side, but this other one, like, I can't beacon the top and bottom with the beacons in the middle like this, but I think I still prefer this because the setup that is this is 4 beacons, each hitting 3 assemblers, which is in total 12 beacon effects from 4 beacons, okay. But then if we do this one, even with this beacon only hitting these 4 up here, this guy hits 4, this guy hits 4, this guy hits 4, that's 12 beacon effects from 3 beacons. So I think we're going to use this pattern of beacons, but probably not yet. We're just going to start with 1 beacon in here. What am I losing? I'm losing mines. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we're gonna do that beacon pattern. Okay, so, and then I also wanted to figure out where all of this. Yeah, this has still got more beacons than we want, doesn't it? Yeah, where can this go if I am making it? If these guys are getting into that station, and then can I fit everything in that I want to? Yeah, let's get rid of some of these beacons. Yeah, now how basically how do I get the actual red chips built in here if some of the inputs are here and I'm making coils here and green chips down here? Do I instead just straddle the build? That's also not a bad call. I could straddle this build over these 2 cells, have this, because I think I wanted, let's actually set up the rest of, that's not going there, we're going to have, like, this kind of thing is what these guys are going to look like for now. I managed to not place that with the power pole, so that was a good trick. Let's do that again. Because how many... So if I'm aiming to be consuming fully 2 belts of stuff, 2 belts of say, plastic, 2 belts of plastic, it gives me, what, that's 30 plastic a second, so that's 15. Is that right? How many of these modules... How many... 30 seconds, 15 red chips a second? That sounds pretty good. I'm at... Yeah, I don't even know if I want it going that way. How many of these things can I actually fit? And then will this plumbing work? Can I just build like a... If I build a bunch of these here, I can no longer get that in. This is 32, which is decent, but I think I'd probably like more. I think what I do... Yeah, I think we're going to do something different. We're not going to do that there. We're going to do it, say, here. Yeah. Let's... Do we have a place that's in radar range, but outside of bot build range? Not really. But also the bot's going to take forever to get here anyway. Yeah, let's drop this here. Yeah, and then there's just also other... Let's have this just inside, although there's... Yeah, dodging this around the rubber ports is also a bit of a pain because these signals are also going to be making undergrounding that stuff a little bit of a pain. But also, this is... If I'm running it this way over 2 grid squares, that's going to be super difficult to get into a train station here, which is also going to be a pain. But I do like the way this mostly fills the grid. Okay, fine. Let's go back to this. Why is this here? I don't need this here at all now, because it was connecting this before this stuff was built, but now this stuff is built, these guys are still connected, so it's fine. So which of these are... Yeah, because I'm going to need... I can't really set it any further back than that, because I need to be able to split that stuff there. But this one here is an output belt. Yes, and then also this one is an output belt. And all of this needs to be moved back, because I do not have the space to wind all of that through. So we can put it, say... Yeah, and then this is not as many red chips as I was hoping to get out of this grid. So even if it's, yeah, because this one here is an output, but also this tile exactly here I can't really use because this one will put stuff on it. That's actually one tile further over than it really needs to be, isn't it? Sure. Yep, that's going to go there because this one needs to go... Not there, there. Yeah, so that should now balance most of those inputs. Can I even get... Yeah, I don't even know if I build this one further down. I don't know that that really helps. If I make this shorter, maybe I just go with 32 and then just beacon everything harder, because this is going to be pretty easy to get all of the inputs in, probably, because there's just not that much. There's not that much of this stuff here, so yeah. So I guess we're just going to do that. That's going to be fine. We're gonna jam the stuff in. We're gonna beacon things harder later. These ones want to go like so. Yeah, these ones here are the other inputs, and then we've got to get green chips in here. Coils, we want 4 belts of coils with 2 belts of copper, which is fine. This is going to be red chips going there. Those guys are... Let's actually also not connect those yet. Let's wait for all these belts to end up in the right place. Oh, because I did also want... Yeah, I did also want an extra iron train and an extra copper train, because I did not think that these... Maybe do I even want to be... I guess I can have an extra iron train here. Is this going to be... Yeah, because the other thing about it, this setup is these trains will start to block each other in different stations if they don't have enough space to move around. So I guess that's also going to be a thing. Because these two definitely want to take priority into this build. I think the other thing we're going to do at this point is... all of this has to run the other way. And then over here we've got to do this kind of kick again. Is that going to do what it needs to? Yeah. Sure, somewhat. Then let's also move this to the right. Actually, we've got more than we need here, don't we? We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need these. These beacons probably don't need to be here yet. That's actually, I mean, yeah, it's a lot more beacons than I need at this point, probably. Then all of this can kind of shuffle over to the side, I think. Let's go here? Because somewhere there needs to be an iron train. Somewhere there also needs to be another copper train. Then, yeah, I've only got these other two belts because I haven't called the water thing in. Bots are slowly getting all of this stuff built, which is kind of fine. Yeah, let's just plug some things in, and hopefully it'll be fine. That's how it works, isn't it? Yeah, so these guys are... Oh, completely in the wrong place. Cool. All of those are the outputs and not the inputs. We want to go through here. There. I could have been one tile off to the side. Yeah, let's do that differently. Because we can, because bots won't mind. If we're there, then all of that stuff can disappear, and all of this can just come directly this way, which is the thing I like more. Yeah, so we got that, kind of. The green chips are coming out here. How is... Also, let's check on our beacon setup. We do, in fact, have trains ready to build beacon things probably down here. I don't anticipate needing more than one grid for this. And also then, these guys need to be chain signals. And then we will also need... Can you fit there? Yes. Because we're going to need somewhere to put mysterious crystals as well. So we're going to do this kind of the same place. This has got some power poles that I don't want, but whatever. Okay, and then... I don't actually have mysterious crystals on a train yet. But this will be places where... There, yeah. So this will give us some places where we can have the things we need to do all the beacon stuff once we've got beacons ready to go. Need to call... Do I need... No, I don't think I need a backup copper train, do I? This if I get these guys smelting will be everything that I need, but then I do need to get a prioritization thing here. Let's go. Because I actually want to be prioritizing these top belts first. And I think I'm not going to need all 6 belts either, am I? I think that's fine. And we're also not going to fully prioritize, we're just going to do like that. In fact, I don't even think I need... I probably only need 5 belts. I'm probably not using all of that stuff in there, whatever. Okay, is this all making sure it's coming out of the train evenly? Yeah, because I'm balancing a train here. These guys are direct fed from a patch. I don't need to worry about those things. So... How am I getting... I guess I'm getting the copper in through here. I guess these guys are going to go back the same way. Something like that. And yeah, I'm going to connect to... You guys don't have power? We can fix that in a couple of places. Oh, you guys... Yeah, okay. It's because you guys didn't get your lower power poles at all. And also, yeah, you guys also should have some power poles. And also, let's make sure you guys get some power poles as well. That's a good trick. So this... not there. It's gonna be this guy. And yeah, we'll deal with that later as well. Yeah, let's presume I don't need to get any more... let's presume I don't need to get any more copper in other than the stuff I've already got coming out of the stations. Yeah, 4 of these belts can just go in here, which are also the least priority belts, but I don't think these green chips are doing anything other than... Maybe I'm putting the green chips on as a signal in the way. Sure, whatever. Maybe, yeah, maybe... Yeah, let's not do it without the signal. Maybe these green chips are also getting shipped to somewhere else in the base. What did I do it there? Does it have to go from here? Yeah, this is the space I want. And yeah, other disadvantages of doing things on a ribbon like this. I think, yeah, the other problem is that I'm building this red chips thing in about the most distant place I can from the mall that's all the way back over here. So of course this isn't going great. Waiting on military science. Okay, cool. We're actually progressing some things. This can go like so. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, this is way more copper than they need until I start beaconing things, which is a thing I hope I'm gonna do. I can also just, you know, whatever. Is that necessary? I could also just do it there. And then... This also doesn't feel like it's going to be enough green chips. But that's probably a thing I might be able to extend reasonably easy. I mean... Okay, I'm still only looking at the green chips I need for this red circuits build, aren't I? It's not like these are the only green chips this base is going to use ever. And then, yeah, somewhere through here, more stuff on the belt. This train, I don't remember how it's getting fueled. I'm going to go up one more, sure. And then down one. That was almost nicely lined up. Yay, rail grids. Okay, so I've got to build... How many? I need half as many... Yeah, I really don't think there's going to be enough green chips, is it? I need half as many coils as this making coils over here, but I also think I need... Yeah, I've eventually got to have enough to fully utilize all of those, don't I? Let's just go... Let's just start cramming them in. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen here, will it? So if we give each of these guys, if we do something like this, let's give these guys all stack inserters. Then, why did you not? Oh, because that's how ghosts work. Cool, good job. Yeah, can I have... let's do with a little more space. Because if I do that, this can be like so, and then we've got ourselves probably... I mean, that's not going to be all of a belt of coils, is it? I think it's going to be close enough that I don't really mind. And then this one is the first position where coils go, which is actually lined up pretty nicely, I think. Okay, interesting. Did not realize that a belt could do that. Yeah, and then that one's in the wrong place. This one's an output 1. This one here needs green chips. So I guess we're pushing things underground here as well. Green chips are still waiting on getting built, sure. this has not turned into a concise nice little copy and pasteable build that I kind of hoped it would be. But, oh well. This needs to be, yeah, we're gonna go. And then this thing here. Oh, other than the rails. Does this work with the rails? I suspect the... Oh, it actually works with the rails. This thing is kind of a multiple... doesn't quite work with the rails. Okay, that's all still fine though. This is... That there will mostly do what we need to once we connect this stuff up properly. Okay, I think that's all the plumbing I need to do. I think there might be some, can I get extra iron in here, and I might have an iron train, maybe an iron train or a copper train down here somewhere just to bring in more stuff in case this junk bonus ore isn't all of what it needs to do. Did we get, yeah, we got partway through some of the tech that we were trying to do. We still don't have, oh, this is only just starting to arrive now because the bots are only just bringing it in. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, so I definitely need to get that other patch smelting online, but also I think this is going to do most of what we need it to. Or what happened here? That did not do what we needed to. Yeah, I think I plug in some water, and that's a thing I can do offline as well. I think I plug in some water. We then go and get all these other inputs lined up, and then should be able to put these things back and see me making a bunch of red chips. So this is actually not the red chips, the green chips completion that we would like it to be, is it? And we've got, yeah, I do need to beacon these guys quite a bit harder to get the amount of green chips out that I want, but also that should be fine. Why am I not getting prod mods? Did I run out of prod mods? Because red chips in the main base are also sad. And oh no, because I swapped these to speed modules, but also the bots definitely have them. Yeah, they're not complaining about that. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, we'll get some water. We'll have the bots bring the rest of the stuff in. Things should be working better now. Sure. We almost built the red chips.